Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. So today we are going to discuss about gathering and organizing sources for introduction of academic writing because on the last meeting we discussed about a template, a structure for writing an academic introduction. So we are here to explore more about what we are going to do while composing or while writing an academic introduction. Because as we know, in the introduction of academic writing, there is a template that developed from three major aspects. The first one is introduction, and then the second one is was it development, and the right one, the third one is the concluding or conclusion. So while composing an academic writing introduction, so you have to make sure that the sources that you are the sources that you are taken or derived are really taken from a very valid, eligible, and also legit sources or references. So we are here to explore it more about it. So before we start, let's open this discussion or meeting by reciting Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay guys, this is actually happening again, yeah. Canva is cropping this part specifically about learning objective. So do not worry or don't worry, I will provide you with the clear PowerPoint about this one, yeah. So you will get one, the most clearer one, okay. Okay, so for the learning objective, actually we got two learning objective for today's material, yeah. The first one is students are able to gather various sources needed for writing introduction, yeah, blah blah blah, on a specific or particular topic accurately, properly, and efficiently, through the through discovery, analyze, and write activities. Yeah, so you have to be able to gather various sources that needed for your topic, for a specific topic that we are going to discuss. Yeah, in such an activities that will engage you in analyzing, discovering, and also writing the introduction itself. And the second one, you have to be able, or students are be able to organize various sources needed for writing introduction, yeah, blah blah blah, of academic writing, I guess, on specific or particular topic accurately, properly, and efficiently, yeah, through discovery, analyze, and write activities, yeah. Okay, so again, you will, after you gather the information from various sources or references for derived from various sources, you have to be able to organize those sources in order to be included on your introduction of writing or academic writing. Okay, guys, that's the learning objective for today's meeting. Okay, guys, so the topic for today's material is related to the marketing in tourism. Although you are an English department student, but you have to be able, yeah, you have to be aware of this kind of topic because as we know, in today's digital era, marketing is such a very a significant was it area or subject that mostly done by so many people, including many English language program or department student. Yeah. Okay, so on this topic or in this topic, you are going to put yourself as a marketing team or marketing person in such a tourism. Specifically, the tourism will be around our nation, yeah, will be around our country, Indonesia. So marketing here is actually really important in such a situation. For example, if you are going to have a small business, I think, yeah, let's say a small business related to the English course, you need to have a skill. Maybe a basic skill is enough, ya, is okay lah, ya, in such a marketing. Jadi walaupun kalian bukan jurusan marketing, tapi jika kalian ingin mendirikan atau membuat sebuah what is it, sebuah kursus bahasa Inggris, you have to know a basic marketing. For what? What purpose means? Kenapa harus bisa seperti itu? Apa tujuannya? Because you are going to be able to sell. I mean, sell here mean to promote, yeah, your business. Okay, so marketing is not only proposed for those who are in the journalistic, for example, in such a business major, but marketing in today's digital era, or what is it, digital digital period, yeah, digital period is definitely aimed or proposed or aimed for everyone, including you as an English department student. So it is necessary for you, for we, yeah, for us all, yeah, to know it more, yeah, to know more about it. Okay, so let's get started. So guys, before you start together, yeah, reference sources for your academic writing topic, especially for introduction, you have to know this or this four features. The first one is formal vocabulary or academic vocabulary. Since your writing is already on the level of academic level, yeah. Since your writing is already on the academic level, so you have to make sure that the reference, the sources that you have taken, or the sources that you have cite or quote, yeah, for example, is definitely majorly relies or relied on academic vocabularies the most, because it's necessary for you to define it, to find it, to cite it, because as we know, academic vocabulary really important for an academic writing. So that's why a formal vocabulary on a certain sources or a certain, what is it, a certain reference example, yeah, for example, yeah, is needed. For example, you found an article on the internet, yeah, about apa ya, a program related to MBG misalnya, ya. So you have to make sure that the article or the newspaper, let's say, is mostly use academic vocabularies within the text or within the article. Because why? It's it will affect the way you write an academic introduction. If the sources are not written entirely on academic writing, yeah, or using academic vocabulary, sorry, bukan academic writing, it will affect the way you write an academic introduction. So that's why composing or gathering an information or a sources or reference related to the or that mostly use an academic vocabulary is needed, ya, or formal vocabulary is needed, gitu ya. Okay, the second one is use of references. Guys, have you ever heard or maybe done such a writing that cite or write the citation on it? I think you might be familiar or might be not, or maybe not, yeah. Maybe some of you are already know to cite properly. For example, in citing a source or a reference, you have to put the surname or the family name, ya, the last name, ya. Simpelnya seperti itu, the last name of the author, and then you have to also put the year of the article published or the newspaper published or the information written, gitu ya. Jadi dalam menulis citasi atau referensi itu harus menuliskan nama belakang penulisnya, the last name of the author, and also the year of the publication or uh, the book, for example. Nah, harus ada nama belakang penulisnya dan juga tahun terbitnya atau tahun ditulis sebuah artikel atau buku tertentu gitu ya. Oke, the third one, bukan the last one ya. The third one is impersonal style. Impersonal style is actually relates to A, academic writing, because academic writing need you atau required you to write in such a neutral, objective, and very, very, very personal. Yeah, personal in this matter is mostly relied or focuses on your objective side, not atau rather than your subjective side. Yeah. So you have to make sure that your judgment or your argument or your what is it, your thought toward a topic, toward a certain information or sources is definitely objective, not subjective. Yeah. Why does it important? Because it will give a very, very natural and a very valuable or valid or legit information toward a certain or specific topic. So that's why while gathering information, you have to make sure that the article, the information, and then what is it? The book that you have cite or that you have gathered is definitely written on the impersonal style side atau impersonal style aspect gitu ya. Jadi kalau kalian mau memilih sebuah referensi atau sources, pastikan referensi dan sources itu ditulis dalam segi atau dalam aspek yang menggunakan impersonal style. Seperti itu ya. Okay, might be able or it's actually possible for you to check the soundness. Soundness itu apa sih? Soundness itu adalah suatu tone ya dalam suatu writing yang berarti si tulisan si writer itu benar-benar netral, tidak ada sangkut pautnya dengan atau tidak ada sangkut pautnya dengan their subjective thought atau subjective matter atau subjective side gitu ya. Oke, the last one is long complex sentences. Ya, Miss, kalau semisal saya mencari atau if I found a reference or a source that is not long, is not complex, is it possible for me to actually to indeed cite it atau take it as my reference for my topic of introduction? Yes, it's possible. Yeah, it might be possible. But you have to know that long and complex sentences reflect a very varied, yeah, a very varied and a very informative information about a topic. Jadi biasanya kalian harus mencari sebuah sources yang long and complex sentences-nya ada. Kenapa? Biasanya karena kita itu atau what is it, si artikel itu ditulis dalam sebuah informatif side atau dalam sebuah atau biasanya untuk long and complex sentences itu harus menyertakan, mengemukakan, atau menyediakan provide ya sebuah ide atau informasi yang sangat lengkap dan juga informatif. So that's why while citing or while gathering an information or reference, you have to make sure that the article that you cite, that you are gathered, yeah, atau you are gathering, is long and complex sentences within the article or the source or the reference. Okay, that's it, yeah. Those are features of gathering a source or reference for your introduction of academic writing. Okay, guys, so this slide inform you about some other common text features that mostly happened and found in a specific or in an academic text ya. The first one is reference to sources using citation. Nah, yang kalian tahu citation itu ada banyak jenisnya ya. Ada in citation atau in paragraph atau in sentence citation, ada citation yang ada di mana? Di references gitu ya. Jadi so you have to know the basic information about citation. Jadi citation itu ada yang citation, direct citation and indirect citation. We will study or we will explore about it more ya, further ya. Oke. Tapi untuk saat ini kalian harus tahu bahwa ada beberapa common text features yang ada di academic text. Yang pertama, reference to sources using citation. Jadi di citation di sini biasanya mostly happen in a paragraph, ya, in such a paragraph or sentences. Nah, biasanya dikutip langsung dan ditulis langsung di sebuah paragraf. Masuk ya, included in such paragraph, in certain paragraph gitu. According to Tamara et al. 2009, 2009, Tamura, bukan Tamara ya, Tamura. I think Tamura is the last name of the author. Yeah, and et al. Indicated that the writers more than two or more than one. Jadi Tamura ini dan kawan-kawan maksudnya et al. Itu di sini berarti dan kawan-kawan. Gitu ya, et al. This year indicated the year of publication. Jadi tahun ini mengindikasikan tahun di mana atau tahun dipublikasikannya atau di-share-nya informasi ini. Ya, bukan tahun lahirnya si Tamura ya, bukan. Tapi ini adalah tahun informasinya atau si artikelnya itu dipublikasikan seperti itu. Nah, the second one, the use of abbreviation, yaitu save space. Abbreviation itu adalah apa? Abbreviation itu penyingkatan ya. Nah, jadi ada sebuah in most of academic text there is always an academic term atau specific term atau terminology ya dari sebuah term tertentu atau istilah-istilah tertentu. Banyak sekali tuh, apalagi mostly found on a specific or particular science or natural science topic ya atau area. Biasanya di IPA itu banyak sekali yang namanya singkatan atau istilah-istilah gitu ya. Italics used atau used to show words from other languages. Nah ya, brackets used to give subsidiary ya, subsidiary information or to clarify a point ya. Blah 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 blah. So you have to make sure that this another four features are mostly found on an academic text gitu ya. Jadi ini adalah 4 fitur yang juga biasanya ditemukan dalam sebuah academic text begitu. Jadi jika if there is an article or a newspaper that mostly found by including this for feature, it can be definitely stated that or categorize the newspaper is belong to an academic text seperti itu. Okay, bringing back our topic today about marketing in tourism. So, as Indonesian, we have to be proud ya to have a circuit atau international circuit that mostly use atau is definitely used for MotoGP riders, for bikers ya. Nah, Mandalika is the ultimate paradise in the heart of Lombok. Jadi yang kita tahu Mandalika itu adalah suatu pulau yang sangat indah ya, di salah satu pulau atau menjadi salah satu pulau Lombok yang menjadi tujuan destinasi wisata. Become a popular one of the popular destinations for tourists, both international and local tourists. And since Mandalika has its own circuit, ya, circuit Mandalika, most of the tourists, international tourists specifically, ya, came by atau came again and again overly to Mandalika. Seperti itu. So, in this section atau on this occasion, you will have to take a look at an example, yeah, of introduction of academic writing related to this topic about marketing in tourism. And the title of this introduction is Mandalika, the Ultimate Paradise in the Heart of Lombok. Okay, guys, so let's get started to take a look at the next slide. So guys, for this slide and the following slide, you are going to studying tourism marketing. Read the text extracts 1 until 4 below and decide which are the most suitable for academic use and why. As we discussed before, yeah guys, after you read the example of introduction of academic text entitled Mandalika, the Ultimate Paradise in the heart of Lombok, you have to be able to choose, yeah, to decide which are the most suitable for academic use from this for example of academic extracts, because I think you need to dive deep, yeah, into into this practical exercise. This one actually is not a task for you. This is actually the practical exercise for you to deepen, to train you more, and to study more about how to decide, how to choose, how to gather, and how to organize a very effective, very proper, and accurate references and sources for your academic use, specifically for your introduction. Jadi di sini kalian harus melihat, membaca dulu ya keempat contoh si teks, ya penggalan teks ada empat. Nah, dari keempat itu, menurut kalian yang mana nih yang paling cocok jika kalian atau yang paling cocok untuk digunakan oleh kalian sebagai sumber atau source atau reference untuk your introduction topic. Jadi misalnya for example, Gigi, you are required to make an introduction about, or the topic is about marketing in tourism. Yeah. While composing or while writing a topic related to marketing in tourism, first thing first, you need to gather and organize the references or sources that related to your topic, isn't it? After that, you have to train yourself to know from this for text extracts which one are the most suitable for your topics, yeah, and why. Gitu. So, that's the practical exercise for you on today's meeting. So guys, this is your actual homework or task for today's meeting, yeah. On this exercise, you are going to gather and organize various sources from credible, valid, and legit references either derived from book, journal article, academic text, newspaper, or conference proceeding related to a topic, the importance of student personality on English language learning. Yeah. Since you are an English language department student or major student, so you have to make sure that you are able, that you are know more about your own subject. That is the importance of student personality on English language learning. Okay. Even though the topic for today's is marketing, yet you have to relate it to your understanding of your own subject matter. Nah, seperti itu ya. Jadi di sini kalian harus selalu mengkaitkan contohnya itu dalam your own subject, dalam subjek yang benar-benar kalian tekuni. Ya, walaupun si subjek atau topik yang tadi kita bahas berkaitan dengan marketing, I hope I hope the features of the academic text and also the features, the concept, and then the example, yeah, specifically the example of the marketing in tourism will lead you to know more about your own subject. Jadi konsep, features, dan juga example yang tadi sudah dibahas dalam topik marketing in tourism, hopefully it will make you understand more about the concept of gathering and organizing sources for your academic writing introduction. Seperti itu. Nah, gather and organize at least 5 sources related to the topic. Nah, kalian harus mencari 5, minimal 5 academic text ya yang berkaitan dengan topik ini tentang the importance of student personality on English language learning. Accordingly, make a short summary for each of sources along with its citation information. So you have to include its citation information. Jadi you have to gather the sources, decide the sources, then you have to make a summary from each of them, and then you have to include the citation information within the summary. Okay, at least 5, yeah. So you have to submit this exercise by making a video showing or displaying your face in frame on the video, and then you have to put or include the file. So I can mark your entire file on it. Yeah, it's hard for me if you only attach the video. I think it's better if the video and the file are merged into one, so you only have to submit the video only, and the file is already included into the video. Jadi kalau semisal kalian mau satu video aja, misalnya saya mau ngirim video aja lah, it's okay, no problem, as long as the information about the exercise that you have done is already included into the video atau on the video gitu ya. Jadi seperti saya ini bikinnya nih kayak pakai Canva. Jadi seperti presentasi yang menunjukkan your face. Seperti itu. Okay, that's it. If you have any question related to this question atau related to this topic, you can directly reach me on the WhatsApp. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Best of luck. Okay, that's all for our today's material. Let's close this material or meeting by reciting Hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim.